Jason, whoop whoop. Ariga, that's a mighty good Kupak. What is going on? Do you guys, I'm gonna just get this thing started. I honestly feel like my life is a sitcom, and I'm gonna get into it. I just wanna make sure that my audio's good. Bear with me, guys. Thank you. Do you guys? I'm gonna just get this. Boom. All right. And I'm gonna share it with my pops because he likes to watch. Boom. All right. Here we go. Let's get this party started. All right. So this is why I feel. What the heck? This is why I feel my life is like a sitcom. I'm going to get into a little bit of a story. So, a couple weeks back, we were watching my in-laws' dog. They have a little miniature poodle. Leah's doing her shows. You know, she goes live every Monday through Friday, 3:30 in the morning till like 7:30. And she has tons of packages because she sells about 100, 200 items a day. And so she sells on Whatnot. That's the platform she uses. So while she was actually in one of her shows, I was putting out the previous day's packages because she likes to keep her ship time down to one day because it helps her with her premium status that she has on Whatnot. So I'm loading the packages, so I prop the screen door open, and then in the process of doing all this, Rayma is yelling at me like, poop, poop, poop. And I'm just like, we're kind of potty training her now. So there's, she says poop a lot, and she thinks it's funny, so she always drops the poop word. So I'm propping the screen door open, and I'm getting that set up. And then I go in and start hauling out the packages and putting them out there. And then the next thing I know, the dog normally would run out, and he didn't do that. And I'm like, he's getting into something. So I went to go investigate. My daughter in the interim has taken off her diaper. She did have a poopy diaper. And it got tore up by the dog and scattered all over my house. And then the dog runs off because I get mad, and so the dog runs off. Then Rayma wants to go out the front door too because that's what she loves to do. She likes to go see what's happening outside. And then she bolts out, and she has poop all over. She has no diaper on. No, she's out the front door. I'm just like, that was like a time where I just wanted to take my keys, throw them in the house, and say, deuces, I'm out. Because it was just so frustrating. The dog is actually licking poop off the floor. It was just gross. It got all over our living room area on the couch. It was just a nightmare. And I was so frustrated, but I had to laugh because it's like, I feel like I'm on a sitcom. And then fast forward to today, my wife, and so we get Rayma down for a nap. She's been fighting her naps. So we finally get her down. Leah's like, I'm going to take Judah with me to go sourcing. We take one of the car seats out just in case because we took our dog, Pumpkin, to the groomer. So we took Pumpkin to the groomer, and then this was like 8 o'clock in the morning. And then they said it'll take 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours, 4 hours most likely. And so, Leah's like, I have time to go, come back. We don't have to worry about the car seat shuffle thing. And so I, as a precaution, take the car seat out of my wife's car and then, our family car, and I have it set aside just in case I had to go pick up the dog. Well, we literally, and I'm like editing this video, and I'm like trying to get stuff done, get the house clean. Not more than maybe 15 minutes after Leah leaves, she's like, Pumpkin's ready. I'm like, great. We just got Rayma down. I cracked the door open. Rayma zonked, which she's been fighting her sleep. She hasn't been sleeping. So I'm like, ugh. So I get Rayma up, get the car seat loaded, get Rayma in the car, go pick up Pumpkin. And Pumpkin is a golden doodle. and she's an excited peer. She likes to pee when she sees people. She's a pediddler or whatever they call that thing. I don't know. It's annoying. That's what we call it. And so I am going inside. I'm getting Rayma. We're walking in the door. They have where you got to go get the slip. Then you go to the cash register. So I'm like bouncing all over. Go to the cash register, pay, go to pick up my dog. Rayma doesn't want to go into the thing. So I'm trying to drag her through there. And then we get inside. They bring Pumpkin out, and she gets super excited to see me and Rayma. And then she pees all over my foot, and I have sandals on. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding. And like a lot of pee on my foot in front of the guy who groomed her, the whole shebang. And I'm just like, sorry about that. And he's like, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. And then so we end up leaving. And as I'm leaving, I got a kid with me, a rambunctious golden doodle, and I'm trying to walk out to the car. Cars are going by. We're in a parking lot. Pumpkin decides to take a dump right there as we're walking. And then I'm like trying to get her. I was like, I'll go put them in the car and then go back and clean that up. But in the interim, I say interim a lot. Sorry about that. And then Rayma decides to walk into the poop, and she gets poop all over her shoes, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then I'm like, ugh. So she's got poop on her shoes, smeared everywhere, and it's more mess for me to clean up because it's right in the middle of the walkway area. It needed to be cleaned up. Plus, there's people judging me, I'm assuming, because they're like, he's probably going to leave that poop there. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just put my kids and my dog in the car, and I'll come back and clean up the poop. And I don't want to make assumptions. I was just, in my mind, everybody was judging me, so I had to go clean this up. So I like double bag my hands, and I'm like scraping and picking up this poop. I'm just so tired of poop, people. That's just the bottom line. With Rayma potty training, with my dog, and cleaning up dog poop and poop just everywhere. Poop, poop, poop. I'm just done with it. So I don't even know if I can say poop on YouTube, but here we are. We're talking about poop. So that's why I feel like my life is a sitcom sometimes. And then, I'm cleaning the house, mopping the floors. We're getting the house clean. And my wife decides to order groceries in the process of me mopping the floors, so the floors are wet. And where does the groceries get dropped off? At our front door, after the area. I just literally mopped it. My wife texts me, hey, the groceries are out front. You can't leave groceries sitting outside, especially when it's 110 degrees out. So then I was like, great. Of course they came now as I'm in the middle of mopping the floor. And I text that to her, and I think she could tell that I was frustrated. And she's like, just chill out, dude. That's what she texted me back. And part of me got really mad, and I wanted to just respond, but I was like, no, I need to just, it's all good. At least I got food to eat. I had to zone into being grateful. I was thinking of a funny way to respond to my wife when she got home, like, oh, so is that the course of action we're going to take when people are frustrated and they're venting, is to say chill out? I mean, I don't know about you guys. If I ever told my wife to calm down or chill out, or any woman, in matter of fact, that's like a death sentence on the street, yo. Like, they're just gonna chop you up and bury you out back if you say that to them. So, but I let it be, and me and my wife got a laugh at it, which is kind of nice because we've been kind of going through it here and there, but it was good to kind of chuckle a little bit. And she goes, and I was just like, I feel like my life's a sitcom. And then she's like, well, sitcoms are funny, so you're supposed to laugh at all these misfortunes that you tend to get yourself all wrapped up in. And yeah, so that's why I feel my life is a sitcom. But yeah, let me hop in the chat and say, welcome in. How it do? Drop a line if you're feeling fine. Boom. Yeah. All right. So, exciting news. I dropped episode 2 of The Humble Dose. Not so exciting news. So, shout out to my boy Theodore Faulk, who came, sat with me. We did it here in the studio. I think it turned out really well. But I'm struggling. So we do have the option to use podcast gear. I don't want to do it. I'm not a fan of the mics, the headphones, and doing all that and then setting up another piece of equipment. I was basically trying to get away with just shotgunning, just shotgunning the thing, have 2 shotgun mics, and I don't know, man. I messed up the audio. It sounded terrible. And I thought I recorded it on my Ninja. I had a Ninja monitor recorder, and I thought I hit record so I'd have, so I didn't have to record to each camera, which I should have done anyway, lessons learned. But I thought I did record it from the Ninja, and I didn't. For whatever reason, it didn't record, and didn't have a copy of it. And I didn't want to leave that version up, and it was live. That's the other caveat. It was live. And unfortunately, I took it down because I didn't think the audio was that great. I needed to tweak it, but I didn't have a copy. So I had to wait until it processed and got uploaded to YouTube. And then I had to rip it down from YouTube and then use that version, which wasn't the greatest, because I think in YouTube you could only, it's like 720 if that, I think. And then it's just a smaller compressed version of your video, which I was kind of bummed about, but I kind of up-resed it a little and then kind of did my best to make the audio good. And I think it's okay. I think it turned out great. I did learn some lessons in the process. I think from now on, just burn the camera, burn to make sure the monitor is recording, and I got to figure out this audio thing. Audio has been a struggle in my career. It's just one of those things that I don't get it right, and it's rough, and I should know better, and I need to invest time and energy into dialing in those things so my audio is good to go. But unfortunately, yeah, it's tough when I'm like using a field recorder, 2 shotgun mics going in, burning through the ATEM switcher, and some things get just diluted and just sounded gross. But I did my best to clean it up, so it is dropped. I dropped it. Go watch that video. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Theodore Faulk. He is a very interesting man. He's got a heart for God. He's in Celebrate Recovery like me. He's not afraid to talk about it and be open and vulnerable and share his experience, strength, and hope with all of us. And not only that, he is a gamer, so he goes live. He live streams him playing games, reviewing games, and he's actually in the process of building a Christian-based video game. It is a horror game, I think, from what he said, but it's like spiritual warfare. That's the premise of the game. I'm not going to get too much into it because you can go listen to his to the podcast. Go ahead and listen to The Humble Dose, episode 2 with Theodore Faulk. But also go check out his channel. He has a really good breakdown of why he's building the game and his heart behind it, and it was really good. So just want to give him some love and shout him out because I appreciate anybody that wants or has a desire to hang out and chop it up with me and just talk about whatever it is we want to talk about. And I want to put this out there. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be in recovery. You don't even have to be a creative. Like, if I connect with you and I enjoy spending time with you, I may ask you to be part of the Humble Dose and get you in the seat, or we can do it remotely. I prefer, if you're in the Phoenix area, to be in person. There's just something about face to face that just feels good. But I don't mind doing it remotely too, because I think I got my processes dialed for that too, because my first episode was a remote with David. Turned out great. He's a good dude. And so, yeah, I'm excited about this journey with the Humble Dose. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm working out my kinks so I can get better at this whole thing. But yeah, this is a fun journey to be on. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the Humble Dose and why I feel like I'm living in a sitcom. But everything is going good. I did mention, my wife and I are going through a tough season. A lot of that stems from our communication. We just suck at communicating. more so like me living in my head a lot of times. Like I'm not outwardly expressive with her about what's going on in my mind, and I stay reserved and quiet a lot. Even when she's like trying to have a conversation with me, I'm not engaging in that conversation. Like I'm just thinking about things or thinking about how I would respond to that, but not actually responding to her, which is frustrating for her. So yeah, we're in one of those seasons. I'm hoping that we can just find, because she's super busy. Like she's got no time to like play around, and I'm pretty busy myself with both my career with Celebrate Recovery and what I do for volunteering for that ministry, and then doing this when I have the ability to get away and create some content. But yeah, it's been rough, but we're making it through, and by the grace of God, we're gonna be okay. We just gotta dial some things in and find time to actually connect. That's gonna be so important, and we need to do that. And it's just, but how, when we both are chasing the clock? There's just not enough hours in the day sometimes. And when we actually find time where the kids are in bed, and that's the other thing, we got 2 small kids, so it's even, you add that, complexity to the scenario, and it gets even tougher, because you want to, I don't know, man, it's just where we're at. But when we do find a little moment of time, we're both kind of pretty tired, and she goes to bed super early because she gets up at like 2 in the morning. So, and I tend to stay up really late because, yo, what's up, Vegan Kings? What's up, brother? So glad to see you, man. Thank you. Thank you for hopping into the live. I appreciate you. Yes. Yeah. Good to see you too, brother. Yeah. Vegan Kings, if you haven't checked out my podcast, I want to get you on my podcast too, man. You've been a long time, since like day 1 subscriber. I've been subscribed to your channel for a long time. Probably not a day 1 for you, but I've been following your journey for a long time. I would love to get you on the Humble Dose, man, and just chop it up, even because, and we don't have to talk about vegan, food or any of that stuff. We can just chop it up about life. But I was a vegan for like 6 years, so I can spitball some things with you, and yeah, and if you guys haven't checked out Vegan Kings, he's got great content. He's a solid dude. And on top of that, he makes some of the most fire food that, that is plant-based, which is amazing. So, yeah, let's get you on the Humble Dose, man. I'll reach out to you somehow, some way. It's always weird. I don't know how to connect with people on YouTube. It's not like I can DM you, but we'll figure it out. And I'll get you scheduled, man. We'll get you on, dude. I think it would be an awesome episode to have you on. But, all right. What's going on? So, wife, kids are good. Next thing is Small Giants. This past week, I got to go to this really dope place called Lake Havasu. It's about a 3.5-hour drive from here to there. I had a shoot there, and it was hot, and I had to work, and I was burning up, and it was an outdoor shoot. So, it was... It was a roasty toasty one, but that area was super cool. There's a giant lake there that I think the Colorado River feeds, but they have this little town there inside of that area called London, and they legitimately have a replica of the London Bridge in that town, which was super dope. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I got some pictures of it. I don't know if I have them on here. I should have. See? Man, I could have showed you guys. Yeah, I do. Maybe next one. Maybe next live I'll share those pictures. I did get some pictures of the lake and the London Bridge. It was pretty dope. So let me see if I can find one. What's going on, David? So glad to see you, man. I did my episode 2. Had some technical difficulties, but I got the video reloaded and uploaded. But yeah, man. Thanks for hopping into the live, man, and I appreciate you. Mr. David, dude, first guest on the Humble Dose, and a huge supporter, so I greatly appreciate you, David. Let me see if I can find... Oh, here's the other thing that was funny. So I don't know if it's me or just in general, and David could probably relate to this. Maybe you relate to this, David. I find it so interesting. It's not like I get mad or frustrated. I do find it kind of rude, but I don't get upset about it. So I'll be filming people, they're kind of on the fly type filming, but normally, I have my tripod set up, 2 cams. I'm filming kind of fast paced, interviewing people at this event. So I had everything set up, got my, the client and the people that were being interviewed. They're there for whatever reason, man. And it happens to me all the time. Other people who are not being interviewed either walk across where you're filming, or even bold enough to come up to the individual and like interrupt the interview just to say hi and say they're leaving or whatever the case may be. It happens all the time. And I'm like, what is this? I just think, and what I think I've come to the conclusion is like, I think people just aren't aware of like what is going on. And I think they are in the shot already. A lot of times they're in the shot coming up to I can see them coming and then they just interrupt the interview and just start talking to the person we're trying to interview. And I'm just like, what is this? But yeah, I found it super funny. I just think people are oblivious to that kind of stuff, that aren't around it and just, unaware. And I don't know. Sometimes I find it rude. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in that day. But I just think it's so like I would never, but I'm in the field, I'm in the industry, I'm in the biz, so I get it. Like I know better. Like I know to either try to go around, or I will definitely not come up and just interrupt the person being interviewed. But yeah, man, it is. I just find that super funny. Happened to me a lot, this past, week on the shoot where people were interrupting, but it's all good. Let me see if I can find a picture of the London Bridge. I thought I had one. Let me see. Where did I put it? I'm not going to spend too much time trying to look for it. If I can't find it, I'm just going to scroll. Is it here? No. I thought I put it on my computer, but apparently I did not. Bleh. Oh, well. Oh, I do have one, but it's not graded. I have a screen grab from what I filmed. Let me just show you guys anyway. I'm just going to show you guys. Anyway, if you guys are watching this, it is not graded. This is a screen grab. I shoot in log, but let me hop over here so you guys can see. So here is the replica of the actual. Here it is. Here's the replica there in Lake Havasu area in the town called London. This is a replica of the actual London Bridge that they built here, which I found super fascinating. I wish it was colored. I wish it was graded so you can see how it pops, but yeah, it's a pretty cool bridge, and boats were going underneath it and going by, so yeah, a lot of fun. All right, wanted to share that. Sorry it wasn't a better picture, but yeah. Let me close this out, get back over here. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's still on? So, hey, I have a double dose of me. There I am. All right. So yeah, Lake Havasu was pretty neat. It was a neat place to go, never been before. And I liked a sign that was there. It said, not all of Arizona is a desert, because it is a pretty big lake. So that was kind of cool going there. And I think it borders next to California too. So, yep. Got a heavy week coming up this week. Gonna be filming. I gotta shoot every single day this week. So, and all day shoots. So my calendar is booked this week, which is good. I like it. I like to have my weeks planned for me, so I can just focus on making sure I have the right gear, knowing where I'm gonna be, and doing the best job that I can, not having to worry about what I need to work on. So this is cool. Like I like things like this where I'm booked, and it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a lot, but it's going to be a fun week. So looking forward to it. But yeah, anything else I could think of? No, but if you're new to the channel or you've been rocking with me for a while, every Sunday I go live. I don't always talk about poop, but I talk about what's going on in my life, and I just share that with you guys. And then I dive into the back end of my YouTube and I go over the analytics, sharing the wealth, seeing how the channel's doing, and just, being transparent, because and none of this is smoking mirrors. I'm going to switch over to my computer. We're going to walk through this together. I typically don't look at my analytics until I do this, so I get, surprised sometimes. Sometimes the channel's doing really good, and sometimes the channel is not doing good, and that's okay. It's going to happen. I've been kind of just doing lives lately. Been doing the podcast thing, lives. Haven't really been in a creative... this takes some, ability to have creativity flowing through you to do this kind of stuff. But I'm not in where I want to create, storytelling type videos. I've been working through that, and hopefully I'll get back on track with creating that kind of content too. But for the most part, I'm just doing lives and the Humble Dose podcast. But we'll get there, man. We'll get there, and yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and dive into some numbers, because I got to get gear packed up and ready for my shoot this week. And I want to get home at a decent time. So let's go. All right, I'm going to hop over. I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to boom. And I'm going to hop over to here, do picture in picture. And then... yeah, so we should be good. And then I'm going to open up YouTube. Boom. All right. So for those that don't know, let me just blow up this. Boom. All right. Let's go to my channel. All right. Here is the Humble Dose episode 2. I also have a podcast playlist. You can come here and actually check out all the Humble Dose episodes right here. This is my new little intro. Yeah, new little intro I created. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the vibe is going to be. I just did this because I thought it would be interesting. But as you can see here, there is 2 episodes. The first one is with David. The second one is Theodore Faulk. Highly recommend you guys go check them out. They're long. I like it. They're long form videos. You can listen to them while you're cleaning your house, or if you have to go for a drive. I do apologize about the audio in the second one, but I think it's okay. I think it'll be all right. And I'll work on that. I'm going to work on dialing in the audio to make sure you get that really nice podcasty sound with your video. We'll get there. This is all learning and development for me and doing this. But I'm having so much fun with it, and I like my little logo guy, the little humble bumblebee. He's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a long episode. We get into a lot, and he's an interesting dude. So, all right, let's go into YouTube Studio. Doom. All right, and I want to go to analytics. Here we go. What is going on? There it is. Boom. All right, so in the last 28 days, the top 3, which I call the top 3, are views, watch hours, and subscribers. I've gotten 12,900 views, 137 watch hours, and 9 new subscribers, which is freaking amazing. So thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to all the subscribers. I'm at 962 subscribers. I'm getting so close to that 1,000 mark that it's not even funny, man. I can feel it. It's there. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm so excited. So we'll get there. We're going to get there. All right. but I like to compare it week by week. So in order to do that, I have to go up here and go custom. And then I'm just gonna do from here to the previous week. Boom, hit apply. So yeah, not, this is pretty low. So this past week, I did not post to my YouTube pretty much maybe 1 or 2 videos. And so my views were, are low, and that's fine. Because I wasn't really active in, minus doing the, posting the podcast. That was the previous week though. So, but this past week, I didn't post any shorts. I didn't really show love to my YouTube channel, and this is, the algorithm will let you know. But I got 1.5K views, 26 watch hours, but I got 4 new subscribers. Yeah, which is amazing, and I find that super amazing. So thank you to all the new subscribers. All right, and then let's go. Now let's compare it to the previous week. So you have to go up here to this advanced mode. All right, and then you go, let me turn this off so you're not getting double audio. Now you got to go up to custom, or add comparison, and it's period over period. Here we are. So the previous week I got 3,447 views, which I was pretty, I think I posted a short every day, so that makes sense. Versus this week I got 1,400 views. So a little downslide from the previous week. And I'm just comparing the top 3. So that's the views. Let's go to watch hours. Yeah, I got 38.4 the previous week, and then this past week I got 26.5. And then subscribers, boom. So there, I killed it, I killed it on subscribers this week versus the previous week. I only got 1 subscriber, and I don't mean only. I'm appreciative of that 1 subscriber. But this week I got 4, so that's freaking awesome. So thank you. Thank you guys so much. I did, and for those that don't know, all these underneath the number are what give it that number. So these are all the videos that people subscribe to. So this one was the one I did with David. I did a short. That one, got me a subscriber. That's freaking awesome. I accidentally touched my Sony FX3 sensor. That one, yeah, I got a subscriber from that one. That's an older video. The new series on the Humble Dose, so people are catching to the Humble Dose, so I'm getting some subscribers from that. So that's awesome, and I appreciate it. So, all right, I'm gonna remove the comparison because I only compare the top 3, and then I like to geek out on some other fun stuff. Even though not a lot of views and stuff, so I think a lot of the content's gonna be like, comparable to that. So probably not a lot of people from across, but let's look. Let's go to geography. I like looking at it. Yeah, see, like I said, short list, but we got some people from Japan, but it says 0. I don't know why it does that. I find that super interesting. Why is it even on here? Did they like click it on accident and then it just counted it? I don't know. But 384 from United States, then India, Indonesia, United Kingdom, Algeria. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Still worldwide, baby. Yeah. Let's go to viewer age. So biggest piece of the pie is 25 to 34-year-olds. They're the ones that watch majority of my content the most. Then 35 to 44. Then my age group is the 45 to 54 is 10% of the pie. And then 18 to 24 is 11%. So, yep. And then, oops, don't want to go there. Let's go to gender. All right, 81.5% male viewership versus the 18.5% female viewership. And then I like to look at device type, mobile phone, all the way. Yeah, big uptick in computer views though. That's pretty cool. TV and tablet. And then let's go to operating. Maybe this is when iOS takes the top. No! Close! Only 300 off. Or a little over 300. 2 something. 220 something. That's cool. Yeah. Well, my math's not mathing. But anyway, it's close. So, yeah, that's super fun to get that close, which is cool. All right, we got Xbox, Roku, Nintendo Switch. That's super cool. Smart TV, Macintosh, Apple TV. That's fun. Yeah, you know, if anybody's watching from an Apple TV, I try to export in 4K just so when you blow it up on the Apple TVs, it's decent and doesn't look all compressed. But yeah, these lives though, it only shoots in 1080. It only it exports as 1080 only. So I don't have a 4K switcher, so my exports is 1080. And maybe down the road I'll do my lives in 4K when I upgrade my technologies. So, all right. Well, let's look at some of the top content for this week. We got the 261 views for that mastering a 4x5 camera, and David was talking about that experience. This Christmas lights one, still getting a bunch of views. This one, some older content's getting a bunch of views. The Humble Dose, the first episode, got 56 views. Whoop whoop. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much all the top content for this week, which is pretty dope. So yeah, all right. Well, let me get out of here. Let me go back, turn that off, go back to here, and then pull this back up. All right, guys. Well, and if you were in the chat, sorry, I can't see the chat. All right, yeah, send me an email, Vegan Kings. We'll connect. I'll get you scheduled. We'll do it via, remotely. That'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And I've reached out to a few. The next one I kind of want to do is my boy Joseph. He hit me up. I want to connect with him, get him scheduled, and we'll dial it in and do an episode with my boy Joseph, who the dude's amazing. He's another amazing dude. And then, I got, a couple other guys on the radar that I'm looking to bring onto the Humble Dose. So everybody's been supporting and said they're willing to do it, which is nice. You don't have to. If I reach out to you and you don't have any interest, not going to hurt my feelings at all. I totally get it. And I appreciate you anyway. I just think, when I'm reaching out to folks, I just think they would be really good to hear their stories. And I love connecting with people, and this is why I love doing this, is because you build a community, connect with people, get to know a little bit about their backstory. So it's not so parasocial. So it's not like, you have some idea of kind of their journey, and it's a great way for me to connect with guys, I just find it super awesome. So, I don't know if I have anything else, guys. I think I covered everything, kind of rambled a lot about poop earlier. So, but yeah, go check out episode 2, The Humble Dose. Got my boy Theodore Faulk, amazing guy. A lot of fun chatting with him. And then, I appreciate you guys. I think I wrapped everything up. I kind of kept the setup light today. Normally I have a kicker light behind me. I didn't put one up. Got a little lazy. I apologize. Yeah, but normally I have a kicker light hit me. I did not do that. But I did. I'm keeping the orange, man. I like it. Yeah, my dad, he actually came over this past weekend and kicked my ass in crib. So he just embarrasses me at crib, man. It's frustrating. And he just kind of told me it's a good way to like poke at people when you play them crib, especially if you know how to play. I mean, the games were close, but I know, like my dad, he has that mind where he can think about 10 steps ahead of you and think that, you think you're making a good move, but he's already got it played out in his mind. And he kicked my butt both games that we played. So, but it's making me sharper. They were close games. I didn't get skunked or anything like that. So, but yeah, I enjoy playing a game of cribbage. My dad enjoys it. My grandfather enjoyed it. And it's our thing. We do that as DeHughes guys. We play crib, and we definitely enjoy it. So, but maybe I'll get my dad on the Humble Dose, and I'll chop it up with him if he wants to hop on and get in front of the camera, or not be behind the camera. He's never been behind the camera, but maybe he'll be a guest on the Humble Dose. Maybe I'll get my dad and my mom, my in-laws. I don't think they'll do it, though. I don't think they have any interest in it, but other than the support. But yeah, but get my wife on, and she can talk about her amazing business that she's killing it at. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Just ideas of brewing. But I want to get my buddy James on, and Robbie, and a couple guys that I work with, because they're super creative dudes, and I like the way they think. Get them on and chop it up with them, and because I talk about them a lot, James and Robbie. They've been in a lot of my vlogs too. Get my boy Spencer on here. Yeah, that would be fun too. I love Spencer, man. He's a good dude. His nickname's Lufa, but we all call him, Lufa, but his real name's Spencer. So, all right, guys, I think I rambled enough. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in. And with that, I will catch you on the next one. Yeah. Let me spin around. Woo. We'll see you guys later. All right, bye. Let me spin and stop it. Let me see if I can do that. Woo.